So there is a sense of deep peace inside the poet as he could not hear any kind of sound. He is absolutely enchanted by the beauty of the city of the early morning. Now the next part, I'm coming. That sheep towers, domes, theatres and temples lie, open unto the fields and to the sky, all bright and glittering in the smokeless air. Ships, towers, domes, theatres and temples. These are all architectural structures which can be found in the city of London still now. These structures are just spread or stretched on the city of London in such a way it seems that at that point of time it seemed that they were touching the horizon and they were stretched upon the open fields and they were stretching the horizon of the sky. And all those architectural structures like ships, towers, theaters, temples, all those things which were there situated on the land or in the city of London were all bright and they were all dazzling due to the presence of the sunlight. As well as there was another cause, there was no smoke. The air was completely smokeless. Why smokeless? Because the poet watched the city of London before the activities of the day had begun and before the fire was there and smoke, before the fire was lit or smoke was coming out from the chimneys and all those things. And so you can see that smoke curls upon the curls into the sky, clear and clean. So all those things the poet visualized in that particular morning. So it was a grand sight, grand spectacle, grand vision for the poet. It absolutely hypnotized him when he watched the particular city of London bathing in sunlight. So few things I'm telling you. Okay. So smokeless air. Before the activities of the day began. So this is smokeless air. Why the air is clean. Before the fire is lit. And smoke from the chimneys curled into the sky. Okay, so this is the specialty, smoke from the chimneys curled into the sky. Now the poet again told what? Never did sun more beautifully steep In his first splendor, valley, rock, or hill means rock or hill. Never I never felt a calm so deep. It is absolutely amazing. It is an absolutely amazing thought that the poet at that point of time was having a divine sensation of calm, just stand watching a man-made city that is also being bathed in the early morning sunlight. And he could realize that he had never seen the sun rising in his first magnificent light. He had never seen the sun rising in his first magnificent light in any kind of natural landscapes like valley, rock, or hill. Or according to the poet had never seen the dazzling sunlight soaking the natural landscapes like valley, rock, or hill in the way it had soaked the city of London. So at that point of time, he brought in the comparison to establish the city of London as a part of natural landscape. And it was a absolutely amazing feeling that the poet felt a calm means an internal sensation of deep peacefulness, and he a sense of tranquility, and he could feel that internal peace by standing upon the Westminster Bridge and watching the city of London in the bright sunlight. So it is an exceptional point of view of a romantic poet. The romantic poets always find solace in the lap of nature. They enjoyed nature, and at that point of time, the man-made city, the very city which is full of hustle, bustle, hurry, noise, that city at that point of time is particularly silent, is particularly quiet, and the air is pollution free, totally smokeless. There is no fog, and there is no smoke or anything coming out from the chimneys or the industrial work have begun. So that sensation of peace just mesmerized the poet to experience the beauty of the city of London.